Hello and welcome to my virtual guide to buying your dream home. I'm Ricardo Medeiros with Remax Real Estate Center, and I appreciate you taking the time. This is just going to be a very basic overview of this guide. You're going to have access to view it online, as well as if you need a printed version. I can mail you one out in the mail, or even send you a personal email with an attachment. Any questions you have regarding this, you can always reach me anytime. You'll see some links below as well. So getting started. Exclusive and virtual buying guides. So most things now have gone virtually and electronic due to the COVID-19 pandemic. A lot of protocols have been put into place. A lot of changes have been made, and I don't think it's just going to be for now, but going forward as well to ensure everybody's safety, both buyers and sellers, and the agents as well. So, remote consultation. I will schedule a virtual appointment to discuss current market conditions and what you're looking for. I will also develop a personalized buying strategy. So this is something that we will do a virtual meeting and go over all that. Home search and virtual tours. Viewing properties can be done utilizing a virtual walkthrough. Using this technology will allow you to view the home remotely. So there's going to be a lot of agents stepping it up. Me personally, I have already done this prior, but I do in-depth virtual walkthrough tours. I do digital floor plans, all of these things so that the buyer can view it online and ensure that that property, they really love that property before going out. One of the other things we also really advise, especially now at these times and going forward, is before you actually want to schedule an actual in-person appointment, is to take the step of maybe drive the neighborhood to make sure you actually like it. I've showed clients homes that they absolutely loved from viewing the photos and the virtual tour online, but when they got to the property, you have to love your surroundings as well. So if they didn't like the neighborhood for whatever reason, it's a busy street, or they don't like just the neighborhood or whatever it may be. So I always advise that before scheduling an in-person appointment, go through the in-depth virtual tours online, the walkthroughs, the virtual digital floor plans, as well as if you'd like it past that point, take a drive out and look at the neighborhood. Electronic signatures is something I've had in place for quite a while as well. I use DocuSign, and this is something that we'll be implementing more with most clients. And if if my particular client is unfamiliar with it, we'll do a walkthrough and show you exactly how to do it. Now, I mean, these tools for real estate agents like myself and other agents that use it on a regular basis, it's very simple for us because we've adapted to it. But I understand if people are not familiar with it, I want to make sure that we don't just say, hey, here's what you need to do, go ahead and do it. I will walk you through it in depth, make sure that I'm with you every step of the way to ensure that you're comfortable with every process and procedure. Okay, deposits now. So now they're doing deposits through wire transfers and different methods, and not being so strict with the 24-hour rule after an accepted offer. Home inspectors. I will provide you with a list of home inspectors who will be able to schedule a live conference call with you during the inspection, and who will provide you with an electronic report on the home. So what we're advising is, traditionally before, the buyer agent would go out to the home, the buyers, and the home inspector. So all of us would be in the home, sometimes 3, 4, 5, 6 people at a time. They're advising not to do that anymore. So sellers are now advised to leave the lights and doors open in the house. The inspector will go in alone. I'll either let him in and wait in my car, or I'll provide him with a lockbox code if the seller's okay with that. And he'll do a digital conference call with you if you'd like, or he'll just give you a digital report, but he would be in the home alone. Okay, and closing date and welcoming home. The lawyers now have developed systems that allow you to close remotely, so you don't have to worry about going into your lawyer's office and signing in person. So that's another thing that the lawyers have put in place. So I mean, everything looks like it's going virtually now. They're adapting to this, and I think it's going to be our new norm. Of course, we're not advising you not to look at properties in person anymore, but to try to avoid, going to see multiple properties at a time. We advise that you look at all these in-depth tours online, digital floor plans, and even go the next step and do a drive by of the home to make sure you like the neighborhood and the surroundings before making an actual appointment. Okay. Here's a little chart: virtual steps to your dream home. You can go through that a little bit more in detail. Remax versus the industry. This is just showing how we're always at the top of pretty much brand awareness and pretty much everything all across the board. I mean, I personally joined Remax in 2019 after being in the business for almost 10 years. I was with Sutton Group prior, and I mean, I was really happy where I was, but I wanted to go into Remax because they just had so many better tools for my sellers and buyers, and I wanted to utilize and maximize those tools to give my clients the best service. So that's why I moved over. Understanding the real estate market. So there's a seller's market, buyer's market, balance market. Prior to COVID-19, I would say the first half of March 2020, the market was a strong seller's market. It has been for quite a while. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of multiple offer situations. The last property I sold was in January. I mean, we sold it for 165,000 over asking, and there's been I've been working with buyers as well, and we've been seeing a lot of multiple offers and over asking and all that. I mean, it's supply and demand. I mean, being in a strong seller's market, we were seeing a lot of activity. But now, of course, because of COVID-19, home showings have dropped 85%. The properties, everything is balancing out. I mean, we were up so high, now we're at the minus now for price and everything else. I mean, there's been a big change in the market, absolutely, and I believe it'll rebound back eventually when things go, when the lockdown is not as strict and everything else. But I think these protocols, virtual showings and everything else is going to be in place for quite a while. I've actually prepared something that I'm going to be having in my vehicle at all times. It's a little kit, and there's 3 sets. So it'll be one for myself and for 2 buyers that are with me to view property. It'll be booties, gloves, masks, and some hand sanitizer. So every time we go to a showing, I'll provide that to you. So that's something I'm going to be implementing going forward as well. Here's some checklists: buying home analysis. So I mean, you would look at different properties, and these are checklists that we provide to you, so you can kind of document different features, what you're looking for. Also, some checklists of when you're looking at properties, you can jot down which ones bring your attention. So buyer representation agreement. I'm also going to have a link here. I don't know whether you're looking at this through my blog or through my YouTube channel, whatever it is, you'll see a link for the BRA. It'll be a video showing a little bit more in depth of the buyer representation agreement. Again, when I do my buyer consultation with somebody and I'm going over the buyer agreement, I'll go in depth throughout the whole contract, letting you know all the steps. Okay. Some costs for home ownership. So you have your home appraiser, your home inspection, mortgage loan insurance, surveying. Usually the seller will provide, 9 out of 10 times the seller will provide a survey. So there's no cost to you. There's the odd time you may not have a survey for whatever reason. The seller never received it when they bought it, or the house is really old and it's been misplaced. You can always request one, and if the survey companies have it in their database, it may cost you $100 to $300. If they don't have it in the database, it can cost you quite a bit of money. But I mean, your lawyer would advise you on if they would advise a survey on that particular property. But 9 out of 10 times you'll have a survey, so there's no issue. Land transfer tax, title insurance, home insurance, your moving expenses when it's time to move, the big move, property taxes, maintenance, and energy costs. Again, if you need a copy of this, let me know. I'll send it to you, but you can look at it in detail here. This is just a quick overview. Now, here's just a little list of a few things that we've implemented at Remax Real Estate Center. For all our listings, we have interact virtual tours, pre-list home inspections. So one of the things I'm doing now as well is when I list a property, I'm getting a home inspection done prior. I don't want to, we want to avoid and limit the amount of people that go through a home. I mean, imagine we sell it once or twice, and there's a home inspection, and the deal doesn't go through, and so I rather just take on that cost for my sellers, have our trusted home inspector in there, give a thorough digital report that we can pass along to any buyer who's interested, and it avoids the buyer having to go through those steps as well. So that's one thing I'm implementing. Electronic signatures, as we discussed earlier, digital floor plans, before and after sanitation. So we'll have a little station set up there for that. HD videography and photography, virtual showings and consultations, health and safety protocols in place. We'll have some questionnaires and so forth, just to protect everybody's safety. Now, if you click on this here, it's going to bring you to a video message from Delio Oliveira, which is the broker of record / owner of our brokerage at Remax Real Estate Center. And it's just explaining the steps that the Remax Real Estate Center is taking due to COVID-19. Again, I think most of these protocols you see here are going to be in place well after this blows over. A little bit about us. We have 17 locations. Again, one of the reasons why I joined Remax just because of the tools that we offer our sellers and buyers. But more importantly, not every brokerage is created equal. So I chose this particular brokerage, Remax Real Estate Center, because they have 17 locations and they are the number one in Canada. I mean, I've done some deals up in Grand Valley, and it was amazing that we had an Orangeville office. So I had an agent do an open house for me up in my listing up in Grand Valley because it's only about 20 minutes away from Orangeville. And then when I sold the house, you can have your buyers. So here's another great thing: is the buyers can drop off the check if they choose to drop off a check at the office or the mailbox at the office in any of these cities here. So I mean, anywhere that we're doing business, it makes it convenient for our buyers and sellers as well. So another reason why I chose this particular office. So we here at Remax Real Estate Center, we sold a home every 45 minutes in 2019. So some great results. Property sold 11,343. So you can see all these things here. We're Canada's award-winning brokerage. So very proud to be part of Remax Real Estate Center. So again, any questions you may have, please let me know. I'm always here to help you with anything real estate related. Anything that you're unsure of, I can do a video for you, a step-by-step walkthrough of anything, whether it's digital signature, buyer representation, closing costs, neighborhoods, anything that you want information on, you let me know, and I'm here to help you with that. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this this overview, and stay safe and take care. Thank you so much.